Hello everybody, welcome to the next episode of Moodle free or lifetime learning management system where you can create your own virtual classroom. Now in this episode we will be concentrating on system administration options. So when you have logged on to your system, you see this kind of dashboard. That means you have logged on as admin. Your admin profile is visible here, and what you have to do, you have to manage many things including this dashboard also. So what you have to do, you have to click on site administration. When you click on site administration, you will be seeing site administration tab and other tabs. So you can administer all these tabs. So first of all, we will see something in site administration. In site administration, you can administer notification, registration, Moodle services, feedback, other features, analytics. And if you scroll down, you can see security, IP blocker, etc., etc. You can configure your front page, app, that means how the app should look like. If you are from Google Play, you are downloading the app, what should be the look and feel of that app, MoodleNet, etc. So if you click on front page, you will get this front page. So in front page, you can put the site name, which will be visible, and you can put the short name. So what I did is, from this MSVC I have taken and I put it here, and then little bit you can put what this particular front page is. Then if you scroll down, then whatever you want to see, you can see in the front page. And when you are not logged on, you can see this, and if you are logged on, you can see this. So I have kept both things same. You can change it also. Okay. Then there are certain things, that means how many categories you can see by default, how many courses you can see at a time, how many topics you can see at a time, yes, number of announcement at a time, etc., etc. And the default page should look like when a student has logged on. So keeping student in mind, you kept the front page look and feel. Then you save the changes. After changes are saved, you see this whole Neeraj Shukla virtual classroom. You see here the menu MSVC. Okay, and this here. Now we go to, if you go to site home, you can see in the site home also, you see like this. Now, next tab is users tab. You have to understand. In users tab, what you can do? You can browse the list of users. That means how many users are there, you can browse down. You can do some bulk user action. That means you can select some number of users, and you can either assign something or delete something and so on. So bulk user action is for that. You can manually add a single user. You can do user management. Default preference for users you can change. User profile field you can augment. Cohorts. That means if you want to assign group of user the single thing, that means some of group of user you want to assign some course, some group of user you want to assign some assignment, test, then what you do, you create cohorts. For example, if you have a section, so all the user belonging to a section, you create a single cohort. So that way what happens is, You need not to assign manually one and one user certain things. You assign that thing to the cohort. So automatically all section student will get that. Then you upload user. That means if you want to create maybe 300 users or maybe 200 users at a time, manually it will take so much time. So what you do is, in a CSV file, you create in Excel a CSV file and upload that file, so all those users will be created. Okay, and you can create cohorts, upload user pictures, etc. That you can do. Then you can manage user policies. You can create some site administrators. You can define roles for administrators, moderators, etc. and students. System roles you can assign. System permission which are available for site administrator you can see. Capability user, assign user role to cohort. That means if you want to assign bunch of role to a section, what you do, you assign that role to cohort. So that you do. So that are the things which are there in. Then we come to courses. In courses, which will be our next episode, you can manage course and categories. Mind well, category is something which is a superset of course. That means what you can do is you can create a category. Maybe you create a category, say first year students. So that is a category. Inside that category you will be having first year courses. So you manage categories, course custom field, add a category, add new courses, restore courses, course default setting, course request. That means you are assigning course to some student, pending requests, somebody has applied a request for a course, you see those requests. Upload courses, that means manually you don't want to make course, so what you do, in a CSV file you have created multiple courses and you have uploaded those courses. Then activity choosers, that means you choose the activities, so that you have to configure here. Then sort of backups you go for with backups. Then we come to grades. Now you decide what are the general setting of grades. That will be going in a subsequent, actually one by one. What we will be doing, we will be in episodes we'll be seeing the practical, how we'll create user, practically how we'll create courses, practically how we'll manipulate grades. So that we'll be doing. Presently we are having an overview here that what lot we can do here. Okay, so that grade related things you can change here. Okay, then we come to plugins. Now this is very important for the system administrator. It is not that important to say teachers and for moderators and students, but it is important for the site administrator, because you want to install some plugin, you go for plugin overview, all sort of plugins which are there. So firstly we will see plugin overview. So in plugin overview, it is best practice that go to the plugin overview, because in plugin overview you can see what plugins are enabled and what plugins are disabled, because we need a simple assignment plugin, so it is already enabled. Assignment 2.2 is a kind of more advanced assignment plugin, so presently we don't need. So the system has disabled it. If we need in future, it will be enabled. So different plugins which are enabled and disabled, installed or deinstalled, they are shown here. Okay. Then we come to appearance. Now in appearance, logo, if you want to have your institute logo, that you can upload. Course card colors you can design. Calendar you can beautify. You can have blog sections. navigation, how to navigate in your this virtual platform, HTML settings, that means throughout the look and feel which you want, Moodle Docs, documentation, default dashboard page, how it should look like, default profile page, how it should look like, courses, how they should look like, etc. Then the important thing is theme selection. That means there are certain themes. This is the default theme which is already installed. You can change theme by change theme button. If you go to the change theme button, so what it will do, you can choose from the free set of themes and you can change the appearance. Now we come to server. Now in server what you do is server path, etc. This is also for the system administration. You can go for cleanup, that means something you have deleted which need not to be restored. You clean it so that your free space is there. Server setting of HTTP, what port is there, etc. System paths, file type which is allowed here, auth to services. That means if you want that the user need not to create the login, the student, if any user want to log in through Facebook or Google or Yahoo or Microsoft, you configure this. Okay. Then you go for Moodle Adminer. With the help of that, you can analyze advertisements, etc. Task processing, email, etc. Outgoing email, how you are configuring, incoming email, how you are configuring. That means through Moodle system, you are generating mails to the students and other parties, and the students, other parties, they are mailing you, and the system administrator and teachers, etc., they are getting the emails. Then we come to reports. So there are different kind of settings in reports, so that you can configure. Then the last part is development, where you are going for debugging of your system, and you are actually, this is very advanced part which is not advisable to simple administrator even. So it is there. Okay. So this is all about, you can say, this episode where we have talked about all the system administrator related, so site administration option. That means we have gone through this option, and when we have gone through this option, basically you can see this blocks editing was on. If you feel that you are not getting these things, you make sure that block editing should be on. It should not be off. Okay. So that is required. So thank you everybody. We'll meet in the next episode and we'll find the next tab of site administration. Thank you all.